Welcome back to Investago TV's weekly review. Here we go to source for global economic updates, market trends and financial insights. Ready? Let's get started. In the Q1 global economic forecasts, there was predicted a Trump victory in the 2024 election, anticipated he would implement a universal tariff on imports. This move is expected to drive up US consumer prices and complicate the Federal Reserve's effort to control inflation. The Q2 forecast includes potential relations from China and the EU, which could further impact US inflation and GDP growth. If Biden wins, there are more targeted tariffs expected, resulting in lower inflation and more Fed rate cuts. Both candidates' protectionist policies suggest continued inflationary pressures and potential economic slowdown. The Congressional Budget Office (CBO) forecasts a US budget deficit of $1.9 trillion in 2024, increasing to $2.8 trillion in 2034. Despite projected economic growth and rising tax revenues, outlays are expected to surge from $6.8 trillion to $10.3 trillion, driven by increasing interest costs and monetary spending. Public debt is anticipated to climb from 99% to 122% of GDP by 2034. The report highlights the deficit spending leads to higher taxes, weaker growth, and diminished purchasing power. Sustainable growth requires pro-growth policies and responsible fiscal management, not increased borrowing and spending. US West Coast refiners are shifting from Iraqi to Canadian crude oil, boosted by the newly expanded Trans Mountain pipeline. In June, California and Washington are set to import about 150,000 barrels per day of Canadian oil, and sevenfold increase. Meanwhile, imports of Iraqi Bashk heavy crude are plummeting. The Trans Mountain pipeline expansion, which can transport 590,000 barrels per day from Canada's oil sands to Vancouver, offers a cost-effective alternative. This shift indicates the US remains a key buyer of Canadian oil, despite increased access to Asian markets. Brazil's central bank faces a credibility crisis as inflation forecasts exceed the 3% target and market confidence wanes. Despite previous successes in controlling post-pandemic inflation, investors fear a repeat of past mistakes under President Lula's influence, similar to those seen during Dilma Rousseff's tenure. The June 19 policy decision is crucial, with the central bank's split vote in May raising concerns. The challenge is to stabilize inflation without raising rates significantly. Unanimity in the central bank's decisions is vital to restore credibility and prevent a repeat of fiscal mismanagement seen a decade ago. We are signing off for today. Don't forget to stay updated and follow us on our social media. Keep up the great work and see you next time.